Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody is good out there, and welcome to another episode of Finding Your Purpose. Before we get into the video, please remember to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tell your friends, everything. So, let's get into what I want to talk about today. Now, y'all know that I love kids. I really do. And for those of you that don't know, I have had several jobs at different daycares, and also, I used to, like, when I graduated high school, you know how you do the summer jobs, and also during high school, how you do the summer jobs, whatever. I would always do them doing. I would always do them like at a either daycare or preschool, whatever, because I was so attached to kids. So this bothers me, y'all. What I want to talk about today is how. Well, first of all, this happened a few months back. Both incidents happened a few months back. This one a few months back in Philadelphia. Y'all, how the hell are you supposed to be, taking care of children and you're not focused enough? Now, I know people are going to be like, well, shit happens, shit happens. Yeah, that's true. Shit does happen, but y'all, leaving a child alone for 7 hours, you didn't notice that somebody was missing? No, the dad said that he dropped his daughter off about 8 something in the morning. He even spoke to, you know, the teachers there, so they knew that she was there that day. She wasn't absent or anything. They were going on a field trip to New Jersey, I believe, and that's like they're not too far apart. So yeah, but the fact that the dad had spoke spoken with some of the staff, they knew that she was there. Okay, and the little girl recalled, that the staff was like, okay, everybody go to the bathroom, wash your hands, which is routine. Because, like I said, when I worked in these little child care centers, when you were going on a field trip, you had to get the kids together, you know, make sure they go to the restroom, wash their hands, you know, that routine. Then usually you have them line up. You may like take a roll or count heads, to make sure that everyone is accounted for. So the young lady, she went to the restroom as she was told, and when she was in there, she could hear like one of her teachers saying, "Okay, everybody, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." And when she came out, nobody was to be seen. Everybody left. So she was there for 7 hours. alone. Now, like I said, because I know some of you guys like, well, these things happen, blah, 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 people lose track. Now, you mean to tell me throughout that whole duration of the field trip, you never counted again? You never thought, okay, let me make sure that everybody is accounted for, because once you're on the bus, at least now, I know different facilities may do it differently, but once you're on the bus, you count again. And then usually you put the children in groups, because most of the time, well, at least I know in the ones that I've worked with, like when it's a big field trip like that, like, you know, you have multiple staff members, and sometimes even parents volunteer. So everybody is accounted for. Nobody's like overworked or anything like that. But you mean to tell me you didn't count again when they got on the bus to go? You mean to tell me when you were breaking the little students up in groups, you didn't count? You didn't have your roll sheet with you that shows who was there that day to make sure everybody was accounted for? No, no, no. Something is not right with that. And I don't blame the parents for being furious. 7 hours. I would be living. I really would. I would be living right now, because it's frustrating me, and that's not even my child, my niece, nothing. But it's frustrating me, being the fact that in the past I worked with kids. I know what you're supposed to do. So somebody, multiple people, dropped the ball in that situation. And all you can do is say, we're saddened, we're sorry. Really? Anything could have happened to that child. Anything could have happened. With all this crazy stuff going on, with people just randomly walking into centers, just, you know, shooting, they're walking into schools, anything could have happened. Thank God it didn't. But the fact remains the same, that anything could have happened. And all you're going to do is say, you're sorry? Like, no. Somebody's job needs to be taken away, or the facility itself needs to be shut down if it's understaffed or anything like that. Because this is, it's not okay. And she was found because somebody happened to go there to pick up their child, and a mother walks in and she's like, where's everybody? And the little child said they went on a field trip. And she's all, "You're here by yourself?" She said, "Yes." And so she ended up taking her to their other facility. And I guess that's where they contacted her parents and let them know the situation. Y'all, this shit is not okay. And even as I'm speaking about it now, it makes me sick to my stomach. Because imagine if that's one of your relatives. 7 hours? Thank God she didn't, you know, open the door and, take off. Thank God she stayed inside. Anything could happen. What if she would have taken off, like, trying to find somebody or something? She's 6 years old. What the hell? Like, that, it really, really bothers me. The irresponsibleness. I mean, I don't get it, y'all. I really don't get it. I'm not buying that they did not know that she was not there. She was not accounted for. I'm not buying that. The dad spoke to the staff. So they know she was there. It's not like he just dropped her off, gave her a kiss. "Okay, I gotta go to work. See you later when you get home. Your mom will pick you up, whatever. Or I'll pick you up when I get off." And left. Because there are some parents that do that. When you're running late, you drop your child off, and you're like, okay, you give them a hug and kiss. You make sure their stuff is in their cubby. "Okay, I'll see you later when I pick you up, or I'll see you at home. Your mom's gonna pick you up. Okay, bye." Sometimes they don't even communicate with the staff because they're running late. I've seen that with my own eyes in working in facilities like that. I've seen that. That's why I have always tried to walk around and be be seen. Let the kids know that, hey, hey, I'm here. Hey, this and that. Even though there's always like other staff members there. But, I've always tried to let them know that, you know, hey, I'm here, and even sometime I, will speak to the parents too, or stand close by, so even I could give eye contact to the parents and let them, okay. Because sometimes they don't have time to stop and mingle. Sometimes you're running late. Okay, that's understandable. But I'm not buying this. The father spoke to the staff, so they knew she was there. They knew. So you mean to tell me throughout the whole duration of your field trip, not one staff member asked where she was at? Not one staff member looked at the roll sheet to see if everybody that is accounted for on the roll sheet is there? Not one. Something is not right with this story at all. Something is not right. And I don't care what nobody says. This is not okay. I mean, if push comes to shove, shut that center down. They have another center. Maybe running more than one is a little bit too much. Maybe your hands are full and you're getting sidetracked. Okay, so keep one center open then. This, man, I don't know how many times I have to say this. This is not okay. It's not okay. And there is no amount of sorries or anything that would be okay with me. And I don't blame the parents for wanting answers and wanting that center shut down. I don't blame them. All you can say is, we're sorry, we're heartbroken. Okay. Yeah, you may be sorry and heartbroken, but that still doesn't, it doesn't change the outcome, you know. And as in doing that research, I also found out that just a few months ago in Florida at a daycare center, this little toddler, now this one, she was 2. Y'all, this is getting to me. Excuse me, y'all. But this toddler, she was 2 years old. This one was left alone. Actually, to be more specific, excuse me again, y'all, took my medicine, so, dry throat wants to kick in. Not sick at all, but still trying to pull through and get these stories out there, let you guys know what's on my mind. But let's get back in it. This child was 2. She was locked inside. Staff went home. How the hell do you leave a 2-year-old inside? You didn't stop to check, make sure all the kids were gone before you locked up and left? This mother was frantic, as she should have been. And she said she went to go pick her daughter up. And she said, first of all, she noticed something was weird because she went to go pick her daughter up. And the parking lot was empty. Lights were off. So she said she already knew that was a little odd because they knew she got there a little after 6 to pick her daughter up every day because she would have to pick her son up, and she had to pick her son up from where he was at before 6, so she would get to her child's daycare a little after 6. And they knew that apparently because it was a daily routine. So on that day she got there, she said it was odd, no cars, lights off, whatever. So she's like, okay, where's my daughter at? I can't find her. So she goes up, she's trying to open the door, she's shaking it. And then she says she hears something. Now her 2-year-old was able to put a chair up against the door and stand on it. And she was calling out, "Mommy." She was in there with the lights off, locked in there. Y'all, these stories annoy the fuck out of me. Like, why are you guys not paying attention? Again, it aggravates me because I have worked in facilities like this. I have been there early in the morning and late in the evening until they close. You are supposed to, before you leave, first of all, before you leave, you clean the areas up, make sure everything's okay. And you are supposed to have a sign in and sign out sheet. So when the parents come in or whoever is going to pick up the child that day, you make sure they're on the list, whatever. You make sure they sign their kid in when they bring them, and you sign them out when you pick them up. You make sure they grab everything that they were going to take home that day. That's how you know if all the children are accounted for, all the children are, safely out of your care. Now, once they leave the facility, okay, now they're back into the mom's care or whoever picked them up. But once they come on to your facility, they are in your care. What is up with these facilities hiring these people that obviously their minds are somewhere else? Now, mind you, these 2 incidents happened months apart. Now, I don't know if people still are, I don't know if they're still affected by, everything that's going on out in, society, or what. Or if they're going through personal shit in their own lives, whatever. But if you are and you can't physically pay attention at work, especially when you're working with children, you have someone else's life in your hands. You need to be focused. You really need to be focused. And if you can't do it, maybe it's just take a leave of absence. Use your sick days. Do something. This is ridiculous. And in both situations, these poor children are shook. The one in Philadelphia, the parents are keeping her away, from there. She's about to start first grade, I think, next week or so. Hopefully, she can realize, okay, that was a freak accident. Hopefully, she won't be terrified to be left at school while her parents are, you know, working. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin her experience of first grade. Now, over in Florida, where the toddler was left, her mom stated that she's traumatized. She can't sleep in the dark. And I don't blame her. She's 2 years old. What the hell? These daycare centers, y'all need to get it together. And I know people will be like, oh, eh, this society, everybody's so happy, this and that. I don't give a damn, because if it's me, I'm going to sue. I'm going to try my hardest to get these facilities shut down or something. Hire more staff if you don't want to shut them down. And I hate to say shut down, because people do need childcare. They do. So hire more staff. If you don't want to get shut down, hire more staff. Because there's no way in hell people are going to leave their children with you if these situations keep coming up. Because as I said, if it was me, they would be getting a call from my lawyer and anybody else who I could let them know that, hey, this is serious. This is not a game. I don't know. But y'all, like I said, these stories hit me hard because I have had jobs like this in the past. And like you get attached, to these children, and you get attached to their parents too. And like I said, when I worked in facilities like this, we would always, when we went on a field trip, you always would count how many kids are there. And even when you broke them up into groups, you would still count how many kids are in your group, in each group. And you would say, okay, well, we're gonna meet here at such and such time, and when you met there, you would count again, and you would call each child's name, and they would say here or whatever. So for this facility in Philly to say that they were sorry. No, what went wrong? Obviously, everybody dropped the ball that day. What are you going to do to fix this, to make sure that this never happens again? I don't want to hear, I'm sorry, no, none of that. With all this shit going on in the world, all this craziness, I'm sorry is not going to cut it. What are you going to do to fix that to ensure me and other parents that this will never happen again? And the same way for the one in Florida. What are you going to do to ensure me that you're going to pay attention and make sure that every child is gone and not in harm's way before you rush out to lock the building and go home and be on your merry little way? Like, what are you gonna do to fix that to ensure me that this won't happen again? These people, I honestly think, as I stated earlier, I honestly think some of these people should take a leave of absence because their minds are not in the right place. All right, y'all. Let me know what you guys think or what you would have done in this situation, because this is totally unacceptable. And all these parents get is, I'm sorry. No, sorry is not going to cut it. But yeah, let me know what you guys would have done. Let me know what you guys think. What steps would you guys take if this were to happen in your case or somebody you know? And that way we can get the discussion popping. Also, let me know if you would like to be a guest on either this show or my podcast, and we'll try to get that in the works. Until then, I love you all, and do not forget to keep finding your purpose, because we are all designed for a purpose. Till next time, see ya, love ya, peace, stay safe.